Hi, I'm James. This is Charlie Mike Woodworks and Design. Welcome to the shop or welcome back. So today, in honor of Mother's Day, first and foremost, I want to tell my wife, who is one of the best mothers I've ever known, I love you very much. This build is for you. For my mom, who passed away a few years ago, and for my stepmom, thank you very much, ladies, for being the best mothers I could ever have. Thank you. And to all you other mothers, I want to tell you what I told a lot of them back in the day when they said, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I don't know. Making it up as I go along. So far it works, huh?" But for all you other mothers, I just want to say, here we are, making a swing. And, you know, all I can tell you is there's just that old song by the Georgia Satellites. Wait, no. Not that one. The other one. Anyway, just a swing, and it's not the Georgia Satellites. Come on, people. Anyway. And for all you other mothers, I want to tell you this. God bless you. Okay, let's get to it. We're going to make a porch swing, and we are going to have fun doing it. Now, there is a few things about this porch swing. It comes from a conglomeration of ideas and plans, and that's how we're going to do it, because that's how I do a lot of stuff. Kind of MSU. If you don't know what MSU is, it doesn't stand for Mississippi State. You have to make up, but if you make up, you have to make match. So if you MSU, you have to MSM, because somewhere on the other side, it's not going to match. Just a tidbit I learned once upon a time when I was trying to tap dance around. So, without further ado, let's get to it. This template for the seat is not mine. I wish it was, but it's not. I'm not that smart. So thank you, Mr. Sheffield over at Sheffield Woodworks. He's got a great video. Also some good videos for some good information, as I like to make stuff. And great with 2 T's build. And of course, who can forget April Wilkerson? I mean, if there's a queen of porch swings, it's probably her. So, thank you all. Truly appreciate it. This is where I take what you gave and make it mine. Now, on the back end, that is a 15-degree angle. Okay. And 3.5, 3.5, just kind of round it up. 15-degree angle. The back will actually look like that. And what we're going to do now is put a little bit of a round over profile on all the slats and make it a little bit nicer. Here we go. And everything gets a good old 15-degree angle. Evidently, that's like the magical, I don't know, angle for your butt and back and all that jack. You'll have two with the back support on one side of the board, and then which would be the outside, because this is the front, right? So this is going to be the far right, and then the next one over is going to be oriented the same way, and then this one will be on the outside of the other side, if that makes sense. It'll make sense in a minute. So I initially put screws in. I thought, no, I probably need to go ahead and just put bolts. So I put some carriage bolts, 4-inch quarter by what, 20, a quarter inch, whatever they are. Carriage bolts. I've got a washer on each side, of course. And then I have a lock washer and a, I don't know what they call that, a threaded nut? Or is that a, I don't know, whatever it's called. For that first one, that is 1.5 inches. You're still using the 1/4 inch spacer, just like you did for these 4. I like to get the ends, because then I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be straight across. Now we need to use the 5/8 spacer for quite a while until we get towards the top, of the back. Once we get up here to the top, once we get up here to the top, then we will 1/4 inch it around again. I have no idea how this looks. Hopefully this looks good. We'll find out, huh? We've gone all the way through our 48 inches. Now we're going to start on the 45 inches and take your 5/8 spacer, put it right there, put your first one right here. Alright, and they should line up all the way up. And then you just keep using your 5/8 spacer until you get up here. You've got 6 of the 2 inches. Then you're going to do 1.5 inches, 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1.5 inches on the back. Fairly simple. More in a minute. Okay, I failed. I forgot to turn it on. So we've got everything done. The seat and the back. Alright. And it's not too bad. I think in retrospect I probably should have used, I don't know if you can see it up here or not, but oh hey. But instead of a 1/4 here, I probably should have just used a 5/8 because that would have pushed it up a little bit more and rounded it over. So in hindsight, I would use probably the 5/8 from here on out. But you can see that it looked pretty decent. You know, not too bad, not too shabby, not bad for my first time. And yeah, you know what? So far, so good. Of course, got some sanding to take care of on the edges, you know, and on some parts of the edges, on the face, and just in general, kind of knock things down. Get it ready for, man, I need a haircut. Get it ready for staining, because we're going to stain it a special walnut. It's Mrs. Charlie Mike's favorite color, special walnut. So that's what we're going to do. Get our armrest in here, okay, a couple inches in, and then we're going to have the armrest go out to essentially here. It's going to match up, obviously, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is one coat, and let's see if we get a little bit of a better view. So this is one coat. So far it's not looking too bad. Of course, I will sand. This is the bottom side. You got to make sure you always get the bottom right, and I will sand in between coats just to make sure any rough spots are taken care of, but spar urethane on top. Okay, 2.5, maybe 3 coats of stain, 2 good thick coats of spar urethane, and you know, it's oil based, so it takes a little bit of time, but that's really for it to dry cure or whatever. But that's really what you want to use. I use, what's it called, Varathane. I use that. That's my go-to, and actually that's generally the stain that I use too. It's just because that's easier for me to get. So it's exterior. It helps with UV. It's mold, mildew resistant, seals out water. But you always, can you hear that? Right there. Here, let's see if I can bring you in a little bit. All right. Out on this right here. Okay. You can always hear that the grain is going to be risen up, even if you've done everything you can. And you should sand in between coats of polyurethane. I did not. Trying to get this out and up for Mother's Day, which happens to be in 2 days. I thought I was going to have it up a couple days ago, and I failed. So, but you know what? I'm here. We're doing it. We're going to make this happen. So, with that being said, now, I ended up putting a coat of shellac, a really good, nice, thick coat of shellac all the way around it, which kind of helps seal that color, right? But we're going to knock down some of the grain by rubbing, not hard, but a little gentle, because we don't want to sand at this point, right? We don't want to sand. We'll take a little rag, and you hear the difference? Now, when you do that, it still has all the protection that you had, but it makes it a little softer, okay? Because, you know, I have sensitive skin, and I'm not very thick-skinned, and I don't want this to hurt my legs. More in a minute. Okay, it took me, I'm not lying, it took me 45 minutes to get it exactly correct. So now this is more for Mrs. Charlie Mike, and Mrs. Charlie Mike has already been out here. I just have to cut off the excess chain links now, but Mrs. Charlie Mike said this is perfect for her, and I'll be sitting over on the other side of the porch in the corner. So there you go, folks. Mrs. Charlie Mack approved. She's a little shorter than I am, so this is perfect for her, but yeah. Too easy. Took a little bit of time figuring stuff out, but no big deal. Just had to do it, make it happen. Happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers. Let's try that one again. Well, have a great day. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. Charlie Mike.